For the seminar today, we will have a chance to learn more about the Department of Intellectual Property, Cambodia, and its support to the businesses. At the end of the seminar today, we will have a dialogue session with the business, where all of your questions will be addressed by our colleagues, the IP expert from the Department of Intellectual Property, Cambodia. Before we start our meeting today, I would like to invite Mr. Brian Fornari, the head of Development Cooperation from the EU delegation to Cambodia, to deliver the opening remarks.
Good
afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian. I am the head of Development Cooperation, EU delegation to Cambodia. I am so glad to be a part of this seminar about the intellectual property rights for the business. So this is my first speech since me and my family arrived Cambodia. This is my first speech, and I will do my job in Cambodia because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We can only meet via the virtual platform. And I am very optimistic that we will be back to normal very soon in order to do our daily job and our daily business. Next, I would like to speak in English. Thank you very much.
His Excellency, Mr. Suan Vichia, Director of the Department of IP, Ministry of Commerce, and dear government officials, partners from the business in Europe and in Southeast Asia, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and good morning. And again, I'm really very happy to join this event together with the Ministry of Commerce and together with His Excellency, Mr. Suan Vichia, and all the partners, the friends and IPO, and to discuss intellectual property and its opportunity for businesses and for business. First, I thought of just sharing a few words about the EU and Cambodia. There are many partners in the region and also from Europe. In EU and Cambodia, well, we've been very active, very active in particular on regulatory environment and business. And it is a very big priority for us to promote trade with Europe and investment in Cambodia, to promote also business and opportunities for European businesses here, but also for Cambodian businesses to trade in Europe. And intellectual property is obviously a very key area for that business environment and that regulatory environment that is so important for investment. Intellectual property, as we all know, is very important to protect and promote economic growth and innovation, to protect and promote creativity of companies and of businesses. And what I think is particularly, we're really grateful and happy to do is to have this opportunity to share the experience we have in Europe with Cambodia and in the region. I was reading to prepare for this seminar a very interesting statistics about what we call IP intensive industries, meaning industries which use intangible assets as a very important part of their business, and they invest in that, and the protection of IP allows them to make business. And the important statistics, and very interesting, is that in Europe, where of course IP has been developed for quite a long time now, 45% of EU GDP and 30% of jobs in Europe are linked to IP intensive industries. And this is a very interesting statistics I think Cambodia can reflect on, because obviously as the service sector continues to grow and opportunities to be creative and to innovate present themselves, structured and well-enforced IP architecture is very instrumental. So this is complex and it's quite challenging. And this is what today is about. And what I think is really important today is this discussion between the government and the private businesses, and to listen to businesses, what they think is important for the regulatory environment on IP, but also on enforcement, and how they can grasp the better opportunities for IP-related investment. Going forward, I know now we have a number of IP-registered company in Europe from Cambodia. There can be more, and this is what we would really like for Cambodian businesses to promote their products in Europe. And at the same time, we'd also like to protect and promote the IP-related investments of European companies here. Just a few words about the EU in the region. This is a regional program. We had we've seen a very nice video about Arise Plus IPR. It works around the region, a very successful program. I think also what's particularly interesting about this program is that EU IPO is in the lead for the program, and we can really benefit in this program from the EU experience. And this is what we'd really like to share with our Cambodian counterparts. So this is really a great opportunity. I'd like just to add that EU delegation here is very committed to continue working on trade and investment in Cambodia and on green growth and jobs. It will be one of our main priorities going forward. So we will continue working together. And I'd like to conclude just by thanking very much the Department of Intellectual Property, all the government officials involved, together with our partners from Europe. And I wish you all a very good seminar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brian Fornari, for your kind opening remarks. Next, we would like to invite His Excellency, Mr. Sun Vichya, advisor from the Ministries of Commerce, Head of Secretariat of National Committee of Intellectual Property, and Director of Department of Intellectual Property, Ministries of Commerce, Cambodia, to have the welcome remarks and to officiate the event.
First of all, Brian Fornari, the head of the Development Cooperation, EU delegation to Cambodia, Taigo Goriro, the head of EU Right Plus, and thank you, Duong Lee, the activity coordinator, EU Right Plus, and good afternoon to ladies and gentlemen in this seminar. On behalf of the head of the National Committee of Intellectual Property, I am very happy and thank you very much for participating in our in very important about intellectual property rights. And I would like to say thank you, EU Right Plans, for organize and also cooperate with the Ministry of Commerce, which is very important, and also invite other partners to participate in our meeting, like what Brian have mentioned about the importance of the intellectual property rights, and also about innovations, and also encourage of the for the business. When we look at the history of the IP, we know that in the technology development, and also we talk about the industrial development and the innovation of technology. Like long time ago, they used the machine that used the steam. So that is the development of transportation, and then there was evolved to showing to the other industrial developments 2.0, and also about other development, digital, and right now we have AI. So IP is play very important role in this in this, because it related with our business. In the past, when we do business based on the idea, but right now the IP play very important role and related to business, because of the development of the industrial and also technology. They have created a lot of goods, and also this create by the private business. So IP is is very important. And today we have the seminar about the service, and also about the tool for to business. This seminar is very important to provide knowledge and also promote the education about the role of IP, and also the involvement of the relevant partner and also private business, in order to register the IP and also provide the services. We know that the relevant partners, and also the role of the government to the IP, the role of the private business, and also the role of the partner development. Like we have EU under EU Array Plus. The role of the government of Cambodia in to promote the service of IP, and we are under development, and we are to provide the protection according to the standard of international standard. We are the least developed country, and we can say that we have the IP protection. We can say that we protect the IP related with it. There is some exception, but we are committed to protect IP, and we encourage and also protect the IP according to the international standard and higher of the international standard. And we also have law of the law related with the mark and other registration and unfair competition. And we also have other law 2003, and also about the copyright law 2003. We also have law about the agriculture, and also about the goods of the geography. And this is the law we have, and it's a mechanism to protect the owner of the IP. We also have the law enforcement that our our speakers will present to you later. And we also have the department, and we have the Department of IP responsible for the registrations, and also other like marks and also trademark. And in our department, we also it's under the Ministry of Commerce that responsible for the other registration and also the and we also have the Department of Copyrights related with the Ministry of Culture, responsible for the rights of the copyrights. And under the umbrella, we also have National Committee, which comprise of 16 ministries as a member. So Ministry of Commerce as a chair, and we also have the Department of Department of Intellectual Property, and we also have which responsible for these three. And we also have the law. So we know that the role of the role of the nations to have the law and protect this IP. And we also promote IP, and we are working very hard to coordinate and register the IP. We have online registrations, and we also protect. We make sure that there is a standard and in a timely manner, and we need to build our human resource and also build capacity for our examiner so that we can have a very smooth registrations. We also committed to solve the problem of the registration and also related with patent and the copyrights. This is the services that the government have provided to the private businesses. The role of the business, we can say that as this development, we are limited for our technology, and also with the participation of the private business are limited. So this seminar today is very important to provide information and also promote knowledge to the private business to understand about the services provided, so that the private business can participate and protect their IP. I would like to say briefly about the participation of private sector. We know that it's a process. We start and we continue. So in order to have IP, we need the participation from the government and also the private sector and other partner. And I am very pleased that the head of the delegation of cooperation about the promote of IP in Cambodia. I would like to say about the participation of a private sector. I would like to say that private sector created idea and also produce the products and services. So in order to protect their products, they need to know about the regulation and also the law of Cambodia in order to avoid to produce, or to also know about the like rights of copyright, or they have to know about the law so that they don't violate the law of other products. So they need to understand about the law of the unfair competition, and also about the similar marks and trademarks, and about the geography, and also about the marks that use the national flag, or marks that similar to the popular popular marks. This is violations. So they have to know their rights when they register their marks. What right do they get? They have the right to sell, distribute, import, and also and they also have the right to say no to those who want to produce the similar marks, and other rights that they get from the registration. We have the prevention. So we give the rights to the owner. They can file a complaint, and file a complaint to the court, so that the court can issue an order for those who violate our trademarks or marks. So when the courts issue the order, the law enforcement can seize the illegal products. We are the owner. We can within the 15 days, we can say to the court, so we can get the verdict from the court. So what rights do we have for the IP? And the other one is about that rights allow the owner of the IPs, they can file they can let the customs at the border to seize those products that imported, and for those the product violated the owners of the rights, owner of the IP. Once they found out that they are illegal, and we have to make sure, is it counterfeit products? So we need to know about this one, because our IP law, we fine and also imprisonment. So they have to know about the law of Cambodia, so that they have the protections of IP. So today, it's a seminar that very important to promote the knowledge. And once again, I would like to say a great thanks to EU, Ippr, and thank you to the speakers and also organizers. And also thank you for the participation of ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, His Excellencies DG Sun Vicha, for your kind opening remark, especially with the important message on IP enforcement and IP registration and enforcement. So next, on behalf of the Arrive Plus IPR project management team, I would like to briefly introduce to you about the Arrive Plus IPR project and our support to the businesses. The Arrive Plus IPR project is one of the components out of the 5 components under the enhanced ASEAN regional integration support from the European Union, or we often call the Arrive Plus. The Arrive Plus IPR project, we have an implementation period of 16 months from 2018 to 2022. So next year will be our last year of implementation. Our project has a budget of 5.5 million euro. Array Plus IPR project support the ASEAN regional integration to intellectual property cooperation and aims to upgrade the IP system for creation, protection, utilization, administration, and enforcement in line with the international best practice and standards and the strategic objective of the ASEAN IPR Action Plan 2016 and 2025. The Array Plus IPR project, we cover trademark, industrial designs, geographical indications, and IPR enforcement. And our target beneficiaries are the ASEAN IP offices, enforcement agency, businesses, GI association, and GI producers. To this point, Array Plus IPR has started our 4 years of project implementation. And during the last 2 years of implementation, we have implemented a total of 60 activities. And these activities cover a variety of different types of support, including the technical support, training initiative, expert meetings, studies, and elaboration of IP materials. To date, over 2,300 people have participated in the Array Plus IP activity since the start of our project. Meanwhile, the level of satisfaction from our main stakeholders, including the ASEAN IP offices, the ASEAN Secretariat, and EU delegations, toward the management and the progress of the project is very high, reaching to 91%. Through our activity, Array Plus IPR has constantly provided our support to the business community in the ASEAN region. These are reflected through various seminars, workshops, as well as technical assistance provided directly to the local businesses and producers concerning the trademark, industrial designs, and geographical indications. As you can see on the slide, these are the photos of some of our events that we have implemented in different ASEAN countries in the region. In addition, Array Plus IPR also in coordination with certain ASEAN IP offices has conducted different awareness campaigns to raise awareness on IP in the ASEAN region, either in the form of the IP fairs or the public awareness campaigns that we launch on our relevant social media channels. Successful stories of ASEAN businesses in exploiting the benefit of integrating IP in their business strategies have also been shared with the IP business community in the region. Array Plus IPR has also coordinated with ASEAN IP offices to develop and maintain different IP tools and databases, offering the free of charge online access to detailed information on the registration of trademark, industrial designs, and geographical indications, as well as case law in different ASEAN countries. So as you can see on the screen, these are like different tools and databases, including the ASEAN TM View, ASEAN TM Class, ASEAN Design View, ASEAN GI Database, ASEAN IP Case Law. And on these IP tools and database are currently managed by our ASEAN IP offices and are updated on regular basis. Last but not least, Array Plus IPR has also joined hands with ASEAN IP offices to develop and produce the IP materials to help the businesses to make use of different strategies to register and enforce their IP rights in local and international market. On this material and publication, you can find them on the Array Plus IPR website. So for more information about the Array Plus IPR project, you can find us on our Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. And that's also the end of my presentation. In case you have any questions, I'm happy to address at the end of the webinar today. Next, I would like to hand over the moderation role of the seminar to our colleagues, Mr. Lex Sambat from the Department of Intellectual Property of Cambodia to continue with the next items on the agenda.
First of all, good afternoon to His Excellency Suan Vichia, Advisor of the Ministry of Commerce, and also the head of the Secretariat of National Committee of Intellectual Property and Director of the Department of the Intellectual Property for his speech. Next, I would like to say good afternoon to Mr. Brian, the head of the Development Cooperation EU delegation to Cambodia, that he could speak Khmer language very well, and I can say that our language is very hard to learn. And also good afternoon to Dong Lee, and also the other office, the other supporter. And also, I would like to say good afternoon to all the speakers, ladies and gentlemen, that participate in this our seminar today. Before, I would like to invite for our speakers today, I would like to talk about our agenda. For the next agenda, we will have the about the role and also the role and support of the Ministry of Intellectual and for Business. So our speakers, we will have Toret, the Deputy Director, and also we have Lee Sun Naban, Chief Office of ET, and we also have Q&A questions, Q&A. And then we also have the closing remark that we have His Excellency Suan Vichia, the advisor of the Ministry of Commerce and head of the Secretariat of National Committee of Intellectual Property and Director of Department of Intellectual Property. I would like to invite Mr. Toret, the Deputy Director of the Department of Intellectual Property, talk about the support to business for the intellectual property. Please, Mr. Toret. First of all, very good afternoon to His Excellency Mr. Suan Vichia, the advisor of the Ministry of Commerce, and he also the head of the Secretariat of National Committee of Intellectual Property and Director of Department of the Intellectual Property, Ministry of Commerce. A very good afternoon to Brian Fonery, the head of the Development Cooperation. EU delegation to Cambodia, to Shago Goriro, the head of Project Arrive Plus, and to Dong Lee, the activity coordinator, Arrive Plus, IPR, and to ladies and gentlemen who participated, who participating in this very important seminars. Our topic today related with the tools and also services for IP about the to business. I need to talk today is related about the history of the IP of the Ministry of Commerce. What should we do related with the promote and also strengthen the registrations about the IP. So without further ado, I would like to ask for permission from His Excellency to present about what I just have said to you all. What I would like to tell you, my content is about 11 points. First, related with the history of the Department of Intellectual Property. I would like to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about the history of the Department of Intellectual Property. We probably have heard that Cambodia started about the registration of trademark in 1996. During that time, we have only one trademark, and under the supervision of the Ministry of Commerce. During that time, we have one office related with this. We call it in international office and intellectual property, and we had very limited human working on this topic, and we have they have to work with the registrations. That is during 1991. Sorry, 1991. What about before 1991? Do we have it? We have, but because of the war, so we started from scratch. We started from scratch. It's mean like we have nothing during those time. 1991, we don't have a law. We don't have about the guidelines related with IP. That time we have the fund, some fund from our neighboring country. There was a company. There was one company come and help us and register in that year, 1991. And the second one is related with the intellectual property division. 1997, our division, our department was created. We call it intellectual property division. By sub-degree number 54. So we upgraded from a small office to department. In the past, the office was under under department, but from 1997 we have our own department. We call it intellectual property department of intellectual property. We have only 2 offices in our department. We have the region registration and also the other office. Next, we would like to talk about during 2008, our department, we have 6 bureaus. 6 bureaus. We have the mark registration. We have the Bureau of Postmarks Registration. We have Bureau of Litigations. We have Bureau of Administration and Dissemination. And we also have GI, Bureau of GI. and trade secret. And we have the Bureau Cooperation and Legal Affairs. So 2008, we have 6 bureaus. Then our department also upgraded in 2014. We have 2014. We have 9 bureaus. We have bureaus of marks registration, legislation, postmark registrations, general administration, and trade secret. And we also have Bureau of Cooperation and Legal Affairs, and we also have automations and information technology, and we also have Bureau of Education and also public awareness. Number 9, we have Bureau of International Marks Registrations. Number 10, I made it different color. It's mean in the near future, we will have another new bureau. Our His Excellency trying to push it. So hopefully in the near future, we will have the Bureau of Secretariat of IPR. So we will have in total 10 bureaus. So I would like to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, about the structures of our department. What you can see, we have the director here. He led this department, and we also have deputy director. We have 5 deputy directors. So we have 9 bureaus, and the last one, Bureau of the Secretariat of the Secretariat of National Committee of IP. Right now, we're going to look at the role and the responsibility of our department. So this one, it's related with the IP, is under the Ministry of Commerce. So our department work closely with relevant partner and also stakeholders. And I would like to tell you that our work and our role and responsibility is about registration, to register, protect, and also to be responsible for the trademarks. And also trade names. Acts of unfair competition. Acts of unfair competition, and also to the international registration of marks and geographical indications, trade secret, and also certification marks and collective marks, and also exclusive rights recordal, trademark renewal, and undisclosed information. We also have license and franchise, and some other work also related after the post-registration about the change in ownership. For example, like the trademark register, and they want to change the name, or they want to change the company. we say change in ownership, assignment, and also the affidavit of use, non-use. And we also have a certificate duplicate. For example, the owner lost their certificate or they don't want to use, they can ask our department to do it. So this is our responsibility and role. And we also have a certified true copies. When they want the certified, yeah, they can come to our department. And mergers, it's related with the two companies. They want to merge into one, or they want to own one trademarks, and the other one is about administrative settlement of IP litigations. It's very important. Our department play a very important role outside the court as play a very important role outside the court, and it's under the Ministry of Commerce. For example, the trademarks, they have acumen or problem, they can go to the Ministry of Commerce. So their purpose, they don't want to waste their time or waste their money. So they can settle outside of the court. So that is related with the administrative settlement of IP litigations. So this included the infringements and also the acts of unfair competitions. Our the Ministry of Commerce play a very important role to solve those two parties, so that they have if they are not satisfied with the settlement from the Ministry of Commerce, they can go to other source. So this is it's based on their agreement. And the other one is about IP evaluations. For example, the law enforcement, they want the department to clarify about the issue of trademarks or about the infringements, so that they can assess. So when the law enforcement know about this infringement, they can carry on their work. And also other relevant, they can come to our department for evaluations. This one is about the opposition's request. For example, if they register already of their trademarks and publish already, for those interested party, they have the right to have the opposition request. I will tell in more detail in later slides. So right now we're going to talk about other roles and responsibility of our department. I told about the role and also the responsibility related with the trademarks under the Ministry of Commerce. Now we going to talk about other role. They also have the role to study and also analyze of the IP policies for ministers of commerce and also the government, also the real governments. So they can understand about this so that the government can decide related with this IP policy. Next one, our department to speed up the draft of laws. Yeah, they have the role to speed up the draft of laws and also its regulations in terms of IP fields. Next one, our role to cooperate with the international communities and also organization with regards to IP assistance. And next one, we also have other roles, and it's also very important to be the Secretariat of National Committee for IPR. Like we have our Excellency, the head of the Secretariat of National Committee. Next one is also important. We also have the role to smoothly coordinate IP matter between Ministry of Commerce, Ministry MIST, and also MCFA and other relevant ministries. So next, I would like I will tell you in detail about the how many ministry work with us, and those ministry are the members of our committee, national committee. Next one, we also to be the focal point to cooperate with the ministry involved related with IP issue, and also work closely with the enforcement body to prevent IP infringement and unfair competitions. Next one. And we also have other roles to promote dissemination. We're other ways related with the information to protect the IP. We also cooperate with the relevant ministries to push and also preparing the IP laws. So this is also a very important role. One more roles of our department, we shall endeavor to apply all applications provided in the international agreements to which Cambodia is a party. So we endeavor to apply all these applications as a party of the international agreements. Now, I would like to tell you about this flowchart related with the trademark registration flowchart. So in this flowchart, first we look at the application. For example, the applicant apply for the application. So once we receive the application, in case that we we have like minimum requirement. There are 5 minimum requirement. We will issue a formality check. So they have the name of the owner, the address of the owner, and also the name of the products. We have the service or the list of service or products. What kind of products, or what kind of service, and also about the fee and also logo. These 5 points we will our management will check with this. So we also have the numbers and also have the dated. It also show about the timestamp in this formality check. So sorry, we're going to formality checks. After we review the 5 points that that we require them to complete. So we look at the formality of their application. Is it required according to the Ministry of Commerce? We have the name of the applicant. We also have the representative, or we have the list of service or products. So this formality checks, we check those items. Once we check and completed the check, we will send to other we will send it to substantive examination. In this substantive examination, we examine related to absolute ground. Is it like similar with other trademark that make consumer confused? So we check very carefully for this part, or it can be confusing with the popular trademark. So we do it substantive examination for this part. So once we done with the substantive examination, for example, our the department decided that we don't register because based on our decision related with the Article 4. So we send them a letter of denial to the owner or the representative of the product. We tell them about the reason why we don't register for this trademarks. For example, their trademark have meet all the requirements that we have to register for them. What should we do? We decide to register for them, and once we register for them, we also have the disseminations in. We will have official gazette publishing, and we we give them like 90 days for interesting party. In interesting party, with this period, if they want to oppose or they want to file a complaint that this trademark should not be registered based on Article 2 or Article 4, Article 5. So if the interesting party can file a complaint to oppose with this article, and our department will review it again to see the this. If there is no oppositions, the registration of trademark would be successful. So I would like to say in brief, related with the trade registration flowchart. So now I would like to tell you about the statistics related with trademarks registrations since 2001. I mentioned already, we started from scratch in 1991. Sorry, 1991. So 1991, we registered only 8 trademarks, very few. But from scratch, we can say that 8 is acceptable. But up until 1992, in 1 year period, we have 2,220, 70. So in 1992, we were preparing for the for the national election prepared by United Nations, we call Untitled, during those times. So in 1992, marks and trademarks had increased it to 2,220, which was a lot during those times. And 1993 all the way to in this to like around 2000, we can say that it's only about one. See, the statistic is only 1,000, so it's not more than 2,000. Now we look at the other statistics, 2003 all the way to 2020 and 2021, we can see the increasement. In increasement, 2020 we have like 7,996. Yeah, we have 7,996. And 2021, as of the May this year, we have registered 4,315 trademarks. So at the end of 2021, I think that this figure would be more than 7,900, so more than 2020. This is our prediction. Next, I would like to tell you about the briefly about the flowchart of the international marks registration flowchart. So when the applicant applied for the registration, we call it Office of Origin. The officer in Office of Origin receive the applicant. One, they check and review these applicants. They know substantive. So this they will review about the formality check, and they send it to WIPO. WIPO, they send it to other like they call it, sent to the designated contracting party. They would select, so they can just tick. For example, they want one country in Europe, so they can tick in their applicants in their applications. So this is about the international marks registration flowchart. Next, about the statistics of international marks registrations. Now look at Cambodia. As we know that we started international mark registration in 2015. Now we look at Cambodia as the Office of Origins. How many trademarks or how many marks that we registered 2015, 2016, 2017, we have 0. But 2020, we have like 10 as a country that designated contracting party. So we can see about this mark registrations. 2020, 2015, we can say about the applications and also registrations. Marks 39 and class is 67. Why is different? This we have like one mark, but they have three classes. That's why the number of mark only 39, but class they have 67. For those who understand it already, it's very good. But for those who do not understand it yet, please notice this one, because mark and class, they are different. In you can see the number only 39 and 67, and the class is 67. 2016, we look at the registration, we can see that 372. So it's increasing. And all the way to 2020, it's like 2,300. So they are confident in Cambodia related with the protections that we provided for them, and we provide a very good service related with the protections and also the enforcement of our law. So that's why we have the increasement and increasement. So from day to day and also yearly, we can see the increasement all the way to 2,369. Now look at the GI. We call it geographical indications registrations. So now I would like to talk about the geographical indications registration of Cambodia. So what do we have for our country, and what how many registration we have? So up until now, related with the geographical indications registration, we have 4. The first one, international community, they probably have heard or have known about the Kampot pepper. And we also have the Kampong Spur palm sugar. And we also have Koh Trung Pomelo. And next one, we have the Mundulkiri honey. We register of the GI, we have 4. And we also, our the department also study about this GI. We have potential GI that we going to register. So we doing step by step. So there would be more of the GI registrations. Next one, we look at the foreign GIs. This one is geographical indication. We got 2. First one is champagne wine, and the next one is Bordeaux. What I have mentioned, it's related with other point, which is very important. This one we call it National Committee for IPR. I also would like to tell you about this, the history of this National Committee. As you all know, so at first we have the committee supervising, like under one umbrella. So we have 3 ministers take charge of this. We have Ministry of Commerce take charge of the trademarks. We have the Ministry of Industrials, chart of the patents, and also the design, and Ministry of Cultures in charge of the copyrights. So it's not under one umbrella. because of this reasons, and because of this reason, the government of Cambodia decided to create a national committee. We call it the National Committee supervising the 3 areas of IP. On the 22nd February 1999, committee supervising the 3 areas of IP by division number 16 of the government of Cambodia. So those time we have only 3 ministries. We have Ministry of Commerce, and we have the Ministry of Industrial, and as a vice chairman, and we also have the Ministry of Culture. We have the we have the Ministry of Commerce as a chairman, and Secretary of State of MIM as a vice chairman, and also Secretary of State of the MCFA as a so next, from 1999 all the way to 2008, we can say that we upgraded because of the IP of Cambodia developed very fast and also trusted by the owner of by the owner. That's why we upgraded in on 18 September 2008. The 1999, the name is called Committee Supervising the 3 areas. Why we call 3 areas? Because we have a lot of IPs, but when we say 3 areas, it's mean related, refer to the in charge of the Ministry of Commerce, like the trademarks, GIs, and also trade secret. That is under supervising of the commerce, and other Ministry of Industry also have design pattern and other related with the agriculture. So they and Ministry of Culture is also in charge of the copyrights and also the rights of publication and other rights. So we call it 3 areas of IP. But right now, we look at the 2008, the government of Cambodia. It's updated or upgraded our in the past we call it committee supervising the 3 areas of IP. Right now, we named National Committee for IPR. That was established by subdegree number 142. So we have members. How many members right now? We have 14 ministry or institutions. So now we have the Ministry of Commerce. We have the minister as a chairman, and we have the vice chairman from 2 ministries. We have Ministry of Industry and also the Ministry of Culture. So I would like to tell you in detail, briefly, about the representative of the Office of Council of Ministers, and we also have a representative of the Ministry of Interior. We also have the representation of other ministry, like you can see in this slides. We have Ministry of Economic and Finance. We also have Ministry from Ministry of Information, Ministry of Post and Telecommunication. We have the Ministry of Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport. So it's also important for Ministry of Education because it's related with the disseminations of information, and for the Ministry of Tourism, also related, and also Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Interior, and Ministry of Ministry of Justice, related with the protection of IP. They play a very important role. So they asked to be part of this national committee. So when the government decided all of the ministries, so that's why we have 14 ministries in our national committee. I highlighted red 15 all the way to 18. So red highlighted, it means this Form C has to be part of the national committee too. So we have a representative of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So they have related with the important things about the logo or against our law. So the many, like, they use our flag, not not in a proper way. So the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they play a very important role. And the last ministry, number 18, Ministry of Women Affairs, also has to be part of this, because it also play a very important role in the IP, the position of IP. And we also have the representative of the Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training. And later on, the Ministry of Land Management, Urban Planning and Construction, they, for our Excellency, say the Ministry of Land Management, we don't have the representative of the Ministry of Land Management. So in the near future, we will have another 3 ministries that want to be part of the National Committee for IPR. So we will have like 17 ministry and institutions to be part of our national committee. This is the development of our national committee. Now look at the role. We talk about role and responsibility of national committee for IPR. So what are their role and responsibility? So first, to be the focal point, to coordinate the bilateral or multilateral cooperation on IP with other countries and also the international organizations. This is the to be the focal point for our ANSI IPR. Secondly, to smoothly coordinate all affairs regarding the IP matter between the relevant ministries. Next, related with the cooperation. What for? This cooperation to speed up the preparation of the draft law. So their role is to speed up the draft law. So once we have the law, we can do our work effectively. This is the role and responsibility of our National Committee, IP. Next one we talk about, we have another role is about receive and utilize the technical assistance involving IP from other countries and also international organizations. So this is also very important role of our committee. Next one, related with the cooperation, to cooperate with the relevant ministries to disseminate the laws and also its regulation related to IP to the publics and also law enforcement, and also disseminated to students in university or educational institution. So our rule to disseminate this regulation and law pertaining IP is very important. Next one is to cooperate with other competent authorities, courts, to prevent IP infringement. If we don't have cooperation between the competent authorities and court and other relevant partner, we wouldn't be able to our work smoothly. We can smoothly. So it's very important to cooperate with our with the other competent authority and court to prevent this IP infringement. Next one. Next one, we talk about cooperation to analyze about the international agreements in respect of IP, to consider the benefits, strengths, and weakness, the strengths and weakness before submitting to the government for approval of the accessions of the international agreement. So for the Secretariat, we are working on this. We're working with the National Committee to analyze the agreement, the international agreement for the government for the approval. What is the benefit of this? And other one is about cooperation, to cooperate. This I think was mentioned already. This one, next one is about the annual report. We have our annual report at least once a year. We submit or a list of our achievement of the National Committee to the royal government about our works. So we have an annual report. Next one, I'm going to talk about the enforcement bodies. What do we have here? If we don't have the law enforcement body, we will not be able to work related with the enforcement. So we can see what are the enforcement bodies. So here you can see that we have the Department of IP and the of the Ministry of Commerce plays a very important role. It's a part of enforcement bodies. And how important it is, I mentioned already the role and responsibility of Department of IP. They solve the litigations by administrative, so that they can work together or settle outside the court. We are not sure. We are not like. We want to make sure that they agree with the settlement of the administrative. This is our role of the Department of IP. And we have to look at the other two departments, Department of Industrial Property and Ministry of the Ministry. They play a very important role. They also play a very important role. For example, if we have litigations about the pattern or other designs, so they also have the same the same mode of MOC. And we have Department of Copyright under Ministry of Culture also have the same administrative settlement. The fourth, we talk about the CCC, is about the Counterfeit Committee. Under the Ministry of Interior, we have the General Department of Consumer Protection and Competition and Fraud Suppressions of MOC. Now look at number 6. Number 6, we have the General Department of Custom and Excise under Ministry of Finance. So they play a very important role related with the enforcement, related about the export exclusive right of exportation. So they play a very important role for this department, and also other checkpoint at the border. So they play a very important role, frontline in enforcement. And we also have Department of Anti-Economic Crimes Police. It's a member of our enforcement bodies. Number 8, we have Committee for Suppression Copyright in Infringement under the Ministry of Culture and Fine Art. And number 9, we have a National Commercial Arbitration Center. So play a very important about the litigations of the IP. So those they don't want to go to the court. They want to go to this center. They can find a solution for them. And number 10 is courts, like for talk about the issue of the order related with the owner of the IP or their trademark, so they can ask the court to issue it. Next one, we talk about the legal framework. So we need the legal framework to do our enforcement. We work. We need the legal framework. So what kind of law that we use to enforce? I'm going to talk about the main IP laws. So here, main IP law is not about like it's only important right here and the other is not important. No, it's not about this. Up until now, Cambodia, we have number 1, we have law concerning marks in 2002, trade names, and acts of unfair competition. So this number 1 law is about the concerning marks, trade names, and acts of unfair competition, 2002. So 2003, 1 year later, we have law on the patents, utility model certificates, and industrial design in 2003. And next one, I would like to talk about. This one is law on the amendments. Amendments related to number 2. Law on amendments to the law on patents related with 4 articles. That is 2017. And next, we have law on copyright and related rights. And we also have law on seed management and breeders' rights. And we also have law on geographical indication, 2014. And I highlighted red, number 7. This we are working very hard. We're working very hard on the law on trade secrets. The sooner is the better. We are working on this law. We are working with the international inter-ministry. So we want to have a trade secrets and undisclosed information. Yeah, this one is a law on trade secrets and undisclosed information. We are under draft stage right now. So next, this one is B, IP related laws. The first one, A, is main IP law. It's not mean like it's not like B is not important. No, it's A is related directly and this one indirectly for B. But we cannot live. We cannot work without B. So B also important. So this one is about the law on management of pharmaceuticals and also law on the management of quality and safety of products and services, and law on compulsory licensing for the public health. So this law are very important. Compulsory license and for public health in this pandemic. So this law is very important in this pandemic. For example, in case of pandemic, the owner they we can say that about the owner can have like an open mind, so that related with the ingredient of the pharmaceuticals, because a lot of people affected by this pandemic. So we think about the public interest. This one related with the compulsory licensing for the public health. The next one, law on customs. Law on custom related with the IP. We can base on this law related with the importations and also the measure at the checking point. Number 5, we talk about the commercial arbitration law related, and next one talk about the law on the protection of cultural heritage. And we also have the commercial enterprise, about trade name, related with trade name, and also litigations. So this we use this law to, and also the registrations. We also use this law. And next one, number 8, Code of Criminal Procedures. This law. And next one is the Code of Civil Procedures. This codes are also important, related with the protection of IP. Next we going to talk about the related with the membership of the international agreement. Up until now, Cambodia are the member of World Intellectual Property Organization since 1995. Next, we have Paris Convention for the protection of industrial property, and we also have the agreement on trade-related aspects of intellectual properties since 2004. And number 4, we have the trade relations and intellectual property right protection agreement since 1996 with the United States of America, and we also have MOU on IP cooperation with Thailand, and we also have the ASEAN framework agreement on IP cooperation. Yeah, number 6, we have ASEAN framework agreement on IP cooperation since 1999, related with the IP cooperation. Next one. Next one, we also have the trade investment framework agreement with the United States of America, 2006, and we also have protocol related to Madrid Agreement, 2015, when we register the international trademark. And next one, we also have MOU, Memorandum of Understanding on Cooperation in the field of trademark and GI with Laos, related with the trademarks and the geographical indications, 2016. And number 9, we have PCT, Patent Cooperation Treaty, and we also have Hague Agreement concerning international registration of industrial designs, and we also have a joint statement of the intent on cooperation for facilitating patent grant of Cambodia, related patent application between MISTI and JPO. 2016. So I mentioned this so that you understand that Cambodia, we are the member of international agreement, and we also have MOU with other countries. Next one. Next one, we also have MOU, MOU on the cooperation in the industrial property between MISTI and IP office, Singapore. Next, we have UNFASTA agreement establishing the ASEAN, Australia, New Zealand Free Trade Area. UNFASTA 2011. Next, last one, we have Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. We have Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. So we agreed and we signed on 15 November 2000. So we asked the government and also National Assembly and Senate about this. This agreement, we call it ALSEP, is the biggest one, so that it's like half of the population of the world. We have 10 ASEAN countries, and we also have our partners, and India withdraw, and we have only 5 right now. We have China, we have Japan, Korea, and New Zealand, and Australia. So it's account of half of the population of the world. So now we what we have been doing. So we what key challenges that we are facing right now. So we don't have the recordation system of IP. We working on this closely with the relevant ministry and department, because especially we're working with the general Department of Customs and Excise, because they working they are the key department that working on this. We want to make sure about this one. We want to have the recordation systems, because it need times when they have the recordation system in the Department of Customs and Excise, it's easier. So now we are working on this system. Right now, we also have challenges about the IP public awareness, because right now we are working very hard, and also working very hard for our ministry and also for the National Committee and relevant ministry. They are working very hard to bring awareness of this IP. So they also have a program for IP awareness in other institutions, like also in university, especially in university. In the past, we don't have the public awareness of IP, because during my time in school, I never know about this IP. But right now, we have the public awareness of IP in our university. It's not up to we want it yet, but if we compare right now in the past, we can see that we are working hard on this one. Next one, we talk about the IP infrastructures. We notice the challenges of this infrastructure. We are working on what we have. So other one is about the capacity buildings of our. It's very important related with the enforcement officials. We already know about the enforcement body. It's not mean like they don't know about the work, but it's not up to what we wanted yet. So we want to make sure, and we are working on the capacity building, so that the law enforcement official have the knowledge, the skills to apply their job or to enforce their job. So once they know when they have the knowledge and the skill, they can do their job smoothly. So now we talk about the cooperation with the right holders and the relevant authorities. For example, we have the infringement. If we don't have the cooperation from the right holders, can we have the information enough to do it? It's not mean like we cannot do it, but we need the cooperation from the right holders, so that they provide us evidence and other documents for our law enforcement officials. For example, for our department, they can carry on their job. If we don't have the notification or the documents from right holder, it's very hard to work. And next one, we have some laws and its regulations. Here, I can say that we have done a lot of things related with the law and also the framework framework and regulations. It's not enough yet. We are working on it right now. I highlighted about the trade secret. We wanted we want other related laws that right now we are trying to push so that this law on IP we can have more law on IPs to work. What about our future plans? Our future plan, we have to enhance the dissemination of the IP knowledge. It's very important. We need the media to disseminate our IP knowledge. It is a very important media play a very important role because we want them to know about the IP knowledge. So we can disseminate this knowledge among our government officials and also the representative from the private sectors and also the universities and the publics. So we right now working and trying to bring the knowledge to people, the public people, and we urge the draft and prepare some more IP laws and its regulations. Next one, we shall endeavor to make it easier for the IP procedures. We want to make sure we know it's we want to make it easier so that the registration of trademark is more easier and not complicated and take not too long for the registrations. And we also have to push for the to prepare the Cambodian version for the IP document so that when we have our IP documents in Khmer, it's easier for us because for the other versions of other language is hard. No, right now we are supposed to prepare for the translations for the IP document into Khmer. Now we also continue to considering about the Cambodia accession to some more IP international agreements. And we continue making cooperation with the enforcement body and also relevant party to prevent IP infringement. And we are working very hard to prepare the amendment of the existing IP laws inconsistent with international agreements with regard to IP to which Cambodia is a partner. So we are working on this. Next, for my presentation, that's all I have. I think there are more, but because of the time, and if you have or interested or want to contact our department, you can contact us through this numbers, email, website, or our address of the Ministry of Commerce. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much to Mr. Toret that you have presented to us about this topic very clear and step by step, so that ladies and gentlemen that participated in our seminar, they understand more about the topic. So we also have the questions from our participants. So we will have a question answer when we are done with the other speakers. So please wait for the one that have raised a question. Please wait until the end of the other speakers. Please write your question in English or in Khmer. Our coordinator will work on it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Toret have mentioned a lot about the history of the Ministry of the structures and also the Department of the Intellectual Property, and also talk about the flowchart of the registration of trademarks, and also talk about the National Committee of IPR, and also he talked about the relevant ministry and also other enforcement bodies, and he also talked about the laws framework and also the members of our national committee IPR, and he also mentioned about the the challenges and the future plan. So what are the importance of the IP, and also for those who are doing this work now, we will have Lee So Naben, Chief Office of IT and Automations. Thank you very much, Ms. Thank you very much for the coordinator. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I am Susaban right now because I am Suban. Because of the time, I would like to present you right now. This is my presentations. I will talk a little bit fast so that we have time for Q&A. So for our presentation here, I would like to talk about the department of the IP, so that the public they can know how to do the applications. So right now we have 9 points. We have online mark filing system, so that you can apply it, and also review on the letter of oppositions or receive. You can look at online mark filing system, and we also have Cambodia trademarks database. Number 3, we talk about a global brand database. So we look at this database, and I will tell you in detail next. From number 5 all the way to 9, we have the tools that we are working closely with the Euro. We have TMView, ASEAN TMView, ASEAN TM class, that this tool. And we also have ASEAN GI database, ASEAN patent scope, and ASEAN design view. So right now I'm going to talk about the first point. The first point is about the online mark filing system. This system was launched on the 25th May 2017. That is only for the local IPA agents during those time, and we don't do we didn't launch it for the public yet in those time. And next one, we that is developed by VIPO because of limited resource. So we use the from VIPO. That is a version 2.3. This system integrated with payment system. We have three banks as Ciclida, Canada, and Wink Bank. Only Canada Bank, which user can pay you Visa or MasterCard for the payment. Only one bank is allowed, Canada Bank. Early 2021, there was open we call online mark filing system for general public who residents in Cambodia. So if the general public reside in Cambodia, they can do this online mark filing system. For this system, like I mentioned already, they can send to they can send application or the opposition letter to agents or to they can send it to the to online mark filing system. So this is the pictures, the image of e-filing. If you have more time, I would like to talk in detail. When you log in, you can see you create your username and also password in order to access to this e-filing. So this is the page of e-filing. I would like to tell you about this. So can you see my screen? Because can you see it clearly, right? So I would like to go to instructions so that you can look at this one. So this instruction in Khmer versions for the Cambodian people can apply it. So they create a username by clicking this link. Once they create this link, so we click instructions. They can also view the video in order to create this. So the public can do it online who reside in Cambodia. So I log in by using, this is my account. So you can see this. So this system, you can have the trademark registration. Like if you have a new trademark, this system allow you to apply it. You can complete all the information list below. For the star, it's very important, need to be completed. For the red star, for the submission, for the trademark registrations. So here in this, you can we can have only 6 or 7. Like we can have a request for mark renewal, change of agents, or register fee. So this we can have it here. Our department will put more documents in this for the future. This is for the future work. Next. Next, this is a Cambodia trademark database. This is launched around year 2017. Easy to search a trademark in depth like Google, so you can use search. So now I'm going to show you. Right now we are updating. Once we finish updating, we they can use it. They can use it well. Right now, this is the image of that system funded by WIPO. We can use the search here. So this system can show us, like in Cambodia, you can see that the chart, this graphic chart here represent this color represent like what we have here. The registrations that have a lot, like for example, the red color clothing and agriculture for the this color. So we can see the graphic chart is higher. So we have a lot of registration for these two colors. For the global brand database, I am sure that you have heard or know about this global brand database. Global brand database here also belong to WIPO. We can also search the trademarks, and right now we can see that there are like 37 million marks worldwide, and you also can search the trademarks in WHO, like pharmaceutical. You can also search here. Since 2019, they have they have a new technology, a new AI power image. Like the result is more clearer than the previous one. So this is the image from the global brand database. So you can see that the box here, it's about the source and also the data, and this box also about the database. So I would like to tell you this one. When we use this search, you can see that I would like to tick Cambodia to search. So you can search like the trademark of Cambodia by like how many registration in Cambodia. You can click here, application here. So the figure started from 1991 all the way to 2021. You can see all the figures here, and this is the figures of the registration from 1991 all the way to 2021. So this system also under updating. Some people probably like why it's June, but right now it's July already. Right now we are doing updating, so it's a little bit delay. That's why you see in June. So right now you can search the mark or trademarks and information related with this. They can they use AI power. So I would like to search these pictures. This picture have a circle and also the dragon image in that circle and have the color of yellow or golden color. You can click concept and then click filter. So this system will find or search this kind of pattern and compare. So right now you can see this is the result. Next, you also can do a report. So I'm going to let you know. This is about the report. Like for the last 6 months, how many registrations for the last 6 months? You can look. So I'm going to type 6 months for the last 6 months for Cambodia. How many trademark registered? So we have 2,500 trademarks. This number show us very clearly here for the last 6 months of the trademark registration. So this is for the global brand database. I would like to finish here. So next, this is about the trademark for the will have organization. I'm not going into this because we don't have much time. You can see here, like paracetamol. This is the first the drugs. You can see the name of the paracetamol, and you can search by. That time we don't have concept. It's not updated yet. So we have only shape. Concept is mean like they use AI powered. This one related with number 4 about the Cambodian IP website. You can go to Cambodia IP website and you can download the law about other updated news or events. For our Cambodian IP website, we promote IP in Cambodia. We also protect IP in Cambodia. So you can search about the exclusive rights in Cambodia. We also post it in our website. So we also have a gazette, but because it's getting bigger right now, the old official gazette probably not available. So right now you can see the form here. You can see like a form you can click. No, I'm going to show you in detail in this in our website. So this is our website. Cambodia IP, we have a Cambodian version and English versions. So you can select. So we have law, regulations. We also have SME consulting desk. We cooperated with Project Arrive Plus in this category, in this SME. And we also have IP management to help public to register or have questions about registration in Cambodia. They can go to IP help desk. They can complete the forms so that they have the they can book and talk with our agent or with our officials or solve the problem. For example, they have legislation infringements or any other issue, so they can come to intellectual property help desk to talk with our official working there. Next one, we talk about the we have the funded from EU. We used to have the previous project. Right now we have the Arrive Plus project. We work with EU TMView and ASEAN TMView. It's the same, but TMView included the trademarks in Europe. For ASEAN TMView, only have the trademark in ASEAN, 10 countries. So in this slide, only this. Next one, it's the same. The first one is about the TMView and ASEAN view. So we have TMU and ASEAN view. This one you can see. So I'm going to show you a bit about this ASEAN TMU and the TMU here. So you can see here, when I put the mouse on Cambodia, you can see that you will see our logo. Last update here related with the last update on 28 July 2021. So we normally update it and send it to the ASEAN TMU. We send it about this number, 100,000, some 100,000. So what you can do when you want to search, let's say you want to search in Cambodia, you click Cambodia, then you will see all these trademarks. Now look at ASEAN TM class. ASEAN TM class is also funded by EU. I'm sorry, when I am doing presentation, I have a sore throat. So this one, you can also search. We have article. We also have the product in Khmer. So this is the ASEAN TM class that Cambodia also participated in this ASEAN TM class. You can see offices. We have Brunei, Myanmar, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines. So yeah. So I would like to show you this ASEAN TM class, how we are going to do with this ASEAN TM class. There are many systems. This is the ASEAN TM class. Right now, we are in ASEAN TM class. You want to translate term. I can use translate all this system or database. We send it to ASEAN TM class, and they will post it in this ASEAN TM class. Next one, we talk about ASEAN GI database. Database for ASEAN GI database is the system that that is the common online geographical indication platform of ASEAN member state. This one, right now we register four GIs. So you can see right here, we have 4 GI. The first one, we have Kampot paper, Kampong Spur, palm sugar, and the whiskey, Scotch whiskey, and Pomelo, Strong Krati. So I can do the search here. This is the ASEAN GI database. It's very easy to search here. You can choose, you can select, let's say Cambodia. We select Cambodia and we click search. We also, they list it, as I told you, we have 4 GIs. So I can click on it. So this is the information about the Kampot paper here. So we have the black, and we also have the list all the black and white paper. So you can go to this website. You will see all the information related with the product. ASEAN GI database. Yes. Right now we go into ASEAN patent scope. This one related with patent, which register in Cambodia. and also have the under the ASEAN pattern supported by WIPO too. So you can search, for example, patent in Cambodia. It's not updated yet. So we have only 15 for the application. So we want to know right now how many we have. This is for the patent register in ASEAN's. Show it here. You can go and search in ASEAN patent scope. You have known already. You probably have known already under the ministry of Innovation and Technology. It's not under the Ministry of Commerce. It's other ministry that take in charge of the patent. So you can go through this link and you can see in my slide too. You can search later if you have time. Next one, number 9, ASEAN Design View. ASEAN Design View is a tool that people can find or search for the certifications. It's hard to say in Khmer, so I'm going to talk about the design industrial. You can search in here. So this system, we have it in Khmer. So I'm going to show you about the ASEAN Design View. So here you can see right here. So this is updated, was updated on 27 July 2021. Right now we can do the advanced search. So I choose Cambodia. Search. This is the design which registered in Cambodia. So I would like to click, let's say this design to show you. This design related with the light up motorbike. This is under the Honda company. So next one, I'm going to tell you the design of Cambodian. This one is the tactile design. This is the, now it's, you can look at, search for the information here. Next, this is the link or tool that is available for the public. You can click this link. For those who have questions, you can post your question in chat box. And next one, I'm going to tell you about the Ippr also created ASEAN IP database. Is a mobile app. And This app is also updated, so it's not running smoothly right now. I think it's only 2020, now it's 2021. So I would like to finish my presentation. Thank you very much, Mr. Lee Sobun, the head of IT, for your presentations. Thank you for your presentation. And right now, we are going for the Q&A question. I would like to ask all the participants in our live seminar. You can send your question in the box of Q&A. You can type it. You can send here, and our moderator or our people will look at this questions. So please, if you have the question, please show us the questions. So the question here is, so this is the question we got, and I would like to tell our speakers and also our excellency in our seminars, please share with us if when the speaker completed their answer, if you want to share, you can share your opinions. So the questions, so I would like to translate it here. We understand that there is a new Cambodia national IP strategy May you help highlight the key points of the strategy as well as any support and privilege for the business. Privilege treatment. So if you don't understand for the my unofficial translation, you can look at in English versions. So I give this floor to our speakers. And also if our excellency want to step in, please step in when the speakers done with their answers. I would like to say thank you for those who participated in this seminar. I would like to say that our national committee adopted the strategy plans for the year of 21-23. We have about 100 activities. In those activities, we have the development of small SME for our department. As the head of the Secretariat of the Intellectual Property Right, we also have a plan for the 2022 all the way to 2027. In this plan, we have three important the first goal, we're going to have the regulation and law in order to be a member of the international agreement and also enforce the IP. And next one, strengthening about the service, providing services by building capacity of our official to make sure that we provide service and enforce our law effectively so that we gain the trust from the user or from the owner of the IP. And next one, we want to bring awareness of the public and also awareness of the education so that they understand about IP law. And in our purpose, objective, and we also have activity inside our purpose. So I would like to tell you about the activity which promoting SME. This activity, first one, we want to bring awareness of the awareness, public awareness. So we have seminar for SME through packing, also develop their products, and also marketing. The next activities related with the technology and also with science. We have 7 fields: agriculture, cultures, tourism, trade, industrial education, public education, and also other field is technology and science and technology. So in order to support the business, we create we transfer the technology from the government. We also support the small business by financially, and we also have the university and also institutes to work together to develop the products, and other technology, and also provide the infrastructures, and also support the IT field so that private sector can access to that information so that they can develop their products, and also about other things to get benefit from this one. And next one is about education. We bring about the management of the business and also the use of IP to develop or to produce their product, and also for the marketing and other activity that provide support for the farmers, also producer, industrial entrepreneur, also the registration of trademarks. We also have the form, we also have the GI, we have the pattern. All those activities would help the farmers and also producer. And we also have other projects about the protections, not only the agriculture products, we also plan to register the GI of the lobster from Takao province, and also the fish source from Cambodia, and other GI products like such as the fishery products and other products, so that we can promote our agriculture products. We also have plan to help the private sector to promote the cultures, and also like producer of their movie, and also develop their skill, and other designer, and also strengthen the capacity of their skill. For example, like the have half of the other project to help with the and we can make sure that we reduce the cost of the products and increase the competitive, build our reputations of our product for the international, so that they trust our products. We also have activity to strengthen of our law enforcement. We want to eliminate the counterfeit, so that we build the trust, and also bring tourism to the country. All this activity, we have about 100 activities. So we hope that once we apply this activities, the private sectors, the private sector would benefit from this activity that I have mentioned. Thank you. Thank you very much, His Excellency, for your answer, and also thank you for the questions. So next questions, I think it's going to be short because we want to make sure that we finish all the 5 questions we have. So the next one, may you advise about the average length of time to have a mark registered in Cambodia if all the requirements are fulfilled? I give this floor to the speakers, please. Thank you very much for the questions from our participants. Related with these questions, according to the prakas from the ministry related with the mark register, we start counting from filing date. It's going to take about 6 to 9 months. 6 to 9 months. Because of the effort from our excellency and also from our department, we reduce it to 5 to 7 months. If we compare to our neighboring country or in our regions, ASEAN regions, it's not too slow or too fast, because this time period we allow the time for the examination, substantive examination. We allow this period so that we can have the substantive examination. So in the future, we will work hard to make it short to 5, 7 months. Thank you very much for your answers to these questions. So now we also have another question. For the technical group, please show us the question. This one, we have questions. May we check if non-traditional mark can be registered and protected in Cambodia? Non-traditional mark. Thank you once again for the questions. In Cambodia, related with non-traditional marks, what would you refer to? So we have to understand that what is traditional mark, what is non-traditional mark. So we have to understand these two terms first. If I'm not mistaken, non-traditional mark related with the marks, for example, sound mark, smell mark. So related to the law on marks, we Cambodia, we do not register this kind of mark. We only register the visible sign. So this answer would be accepted by those who are by the one who asked the question. Thank you very much for your answer. So if you are not satisfied with the answer, you can clarify and send more to ask for clarification. So next, I'm going to. Next one is about any registrations, and or mechanism available to fight online infringement. Thank you. Right now, we have the law about infringement. We have the trademarks and the unfair a law on the unfair competitions. So we also have the law on patent and design industrials for the copyright of the owner of copyrights and also other rights. So related with the infringement, we have our office that working on this to protect the copyright. So we have the law on this infringement related with the online infringement. It's infringement. We have the law, we have e-commerce law, and in those national committee, and we also have Ministry of Interior, also the member of our national committee, and we are drafting the law on the cyber crimes, which this law will have to prevent the online infringements. And our national plan, we also have the strategy so that we want to protect the owner of their right, and we want to make sure that they don't violate the owner of their rights or their copyrights. And if we also talk about the share benefit, and we want to promote the create of their own work so that they don't violate the law of the other copyright. As we all know that we have unfair competition, and they sell it online, and they talk about their quality, and they talk about the function. But once the people receive the product, it was not what it was told in their online. And we also have online. We also have counterfeit sales also online. So I hope that once we have this law, cybercrime laws will eliminate this online infringement. We are not only applied in Cambodia, but also internationally for this one. So we want to make sure we want to eliminate the counterfeit, the infringement goods, because this infringements, we want to make sure we protect the IP. Thank you very much for your answer. Next, because we don't have much time, please for the next. How often does UNC IPR meet, and there is an action plan with deliverable to record achievement and measure progress? So thank you, Mr. Toret, for your presentation. So I give this floor to speakers. Thank you very much for this question related with our national committee, IPR. I have mentioned already of our national committee of IPR. I have mentioned already about our national committee. We have 14 ministries and other institutions, and we may have another 4 more ministries. So at least once a year, and we also have our reports, annual report to give to the governments. Once we have the meeting, we according to the urgency of the matter. So in principle, we regularly meet to share, discuss, and also solve the facing challenges or issue. So we, in principle, we meet we meet regularly. At least once a year, we have a meeting and and provide report to the ministry to the government of Cambodia. Thank you very much for your answer. Next next one is going to be the last one, and this question will be given to Mr. Subban. For the online filing system, do I need to have local IP agent or company with office addresses in Cambodia in order to be able to use the system? Thank you very much. I give this to Mr. Lee Sonaban. Thank you very much, Mr. Sambat, and thank you for the one who asked these questions. I would like to clarify that related with the online filing system of Cambodia, we can only for the local agents and the public. If they have a company, they can do it. They can go to the system that I have mentioned already. They can complete the requirement, and our working group will will create their account so that they can register through this online. Thank you very much for your answer from Mr. Lee Sonaban, and this is our last questions already. I would like to invite His Excellency Mr. Sun Vichir, advisor of the Ministry of Commerce, head of the Secretariat of National Committee of Intellectual and Property, Director of Department. Please have a closing speech. Once again, I to the representative from EU, to ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for our speakers who gave a very good presentations. Mr. Toret, the Deputy Director, and Lee Sonaban, also the Chief Office of IT and Automation. As you have heard about this topic from our two speakers related with the updated of our law, the registration of marks, registrations, and also a member and international agreements. And Lee Sonaban also mentioned about the online registrations and also search in the system. This information serve as a tool that you can take advantage of. We also are member of agreement, and we also have the law and regulation that provide protection for the private sectors, and it's as a tool or a system that our department created for those for public to use the system to register the trademarks. because we created online so that we reduce the face-to-face meeting. You don't have to come to our department. You can do it online in order, like for the fee and other things, you can do it online. So as a government, we are working very hard. We are not only creating laws or agreement with the international and we also have MOU. We are also building infrastructure for those who need to register so that we can promote the protection of IP for our society. This is the structure that we have provided. We have our national strategies from the government to private sector, and IP is very important for other sectors, tourism, business, private sectors who involved with the economic. Private sector play very important in our economic. So private sector, they create services, products, and technologies, investment. Those help to promote our economic. Our obligation as a state to protect this and other investments. So the question is this: we have the infrastructure that we provided. We created laws and other regulations, framework regulation. Ask our colleague are working very hard to provide smoothly to private sector, because we know the importance of private sector play in our economic growth. So our government provide infrastructure and make easy for them to register. That's why we create this system. I think if we compare with the other nations, we can compare with our system. We are working very hard. We are committed to make sure that the registration of online and provide smoothly or easier for them to register, because in this pandemic they don't need to come to the Ministry of Commerce. They can do it remotely online. So we reduce for other unnecessary things. They can do it remotely or online. So they don't have to come in person to register. We know, we understand about the law, regulations, and other frameworks. Mr. Lee Sung-ban about the talk about the system, about the design industrials, and we also have website so that public or private sector can look at it and also promote the knowledge of IP protections, because this website help our uh, our private sector to see those knowledge or the requirement in our website. We have everything there. So the question is, right now, our state are providing services. So private sector, how private sector can get benefit from this infrastructures, so that they use this tool to create their business. We know that in order to create their business, they the question is this: how to be successful in their business? In order to be successful, they use IP to improve their their business. Marks and also the discover copyright products. For example, when we wake up, we see a lot of products and services around us. That those products and services, we have agriculture products and non-agriculture products. We have the rice, we have fish, we have meat. We also have those meat and create other, and we also have other products that we can have, like produce clothes. So we have thousands of products. What about services? Like in our website, in our website, you can check, like we have a lot of services uh, services about tourism, services of transportation. So as a private sector, they have a lot of opportunity for this one, because we have a lot of products and we have a lot of services. So as we all know that we are least developed country, a developing country, and small, micro and small business, like comprise of 99%. So 1% is industrial, like big industrial. So they have to be smart and specific, measurable, A, achievable, T, timeable. So if we have the idea of creating the airplane, is it measurable? Is it achievable of this idea? I think it's not going to be achievable. So we have we have created tools to provide easier for the farmer. They created Cambodia. They also have created a computer, our Cambodian products. This is so the idea. We need to have idea as a role at a state. We provide education. We provide ideas so that they can use those ideas to create business. If we have only idea, can be successful? No, we have to work on this idea to be reality. Once we have idea, we put it into reality. Let's say create a product. Let's say create a product. We have a we create a products. For example, like about the tool to measure for the farmer. Like for example, write a book, songs, music, architectures or paintings, other paintings, so that they can also register of the rights of owners, copyrights, owner copyrights, and other services and products which they can register. So once they have the formula about their productions or food or any other technical, so that they can register to protect their discovery or to protect their productions. So we have already in IP law to protect their product, to protect their ideas, so that we don't have the infringement or copy or to steal our information related to our products, that we lost the competitiveness. We use IP with the existing technology in our department. we have our center to provide information. We have a website, and also we go to university to educate those institutions. Once we have the products, we produce the product, we have the we register our products. So for those who doesn't have, they can buy the technology from other country, and we also can sell our idea to other people. We use technology for the patent. After 20 years, we can use it for the patent. So we can use it after 20 years. This is just an idea. So we want to be succeed in our business. What else? About the registration of trademark, we register, and also we are done with the business. We are not going to do anything more. No, I don't think it's going to be successful in business. We need to make sure that we need to work on our business. When we register our trademarks, we have to improve our trademarks. What should we do? You know already, we have our marketing strategy. We have to make sure that our package is attractive, and also our managing our marketing plans. What measure we can use so people know our products, or our products sold fast or in a large quantity. Then we can measure the success of our products. We can find our modern technology to develop our products. We also find services, like for example, our people are facing of, for example, like medication for COVID-19. If they can create it, medicines for COVID-19, it's going to be very competitive. And we produce a product with modern technology so that we can deal or solve the demands of people and other entertainments. So I think that we have the idea, we put it into reality, and then we develop it. For example, we talk about the idea. We use the online e-commerce to push the our business by using online platform e-commerce. So we have to work together. What can we do for our IP to be successful? We have to start with the first idea, first. Then I'm not going to talk about the creations, about the tax. I'm going to talk about the IP. I hope that this seminar today and all the information, all the knowledge that participants have learned of, and also participant can go and learn more from our website, so that you can learn more about our laws and regulations, because it needs time. What kind of protection that the law provided, if there is infringement, what should we do, and other information that can help us to develop our product. We also have posted, so you can use this opportunity to go and learn more, and also about the digital 4.0 through social medias. And we also can learn about the reducing costs, and we have to be prepared. For us, if we use only traditional idea, because technologies right now is developed so fast, 0.4, and we use now is like out of date technology. We use like cassette or 3D right now is all like online or digital. So we wouldn't, that business will not survive, So our IP have to be updated too. We use IP. It's very important. If we don't use the knowledge, if we use only, like for example, like only sell our product only this specific place, and we don't go online, can we survive our products? Like, oh, we can't, okay, we want to go online, but we don't know computer, we don't know what about the infringement of online, we don't know how to post, we don't know how to do the marketing on social media. Can we be can be successful? No. So this IP will give us this knowledge, like we don't use the outdated technology. Right now very popular Facebook and YouTube. TV is no. What about the newspapers? It's done. So talk about futures, like right now, let's say vehicle. Now they produce electronic. Tesla is very successful. Elon Musk, he predict about the prediction about the futures. So he come up with a new products. He created and also have the space technologies. So he used the IP to create those technologies. So if we sell a product only one specific place, it will not be successful. The idea of creating business is easy, but we need to use IP so that our business will be a success. Because we don't have much time, I would like to finish for my closing remark, and thank you very much for the EU delegations, and also thanks for the organizer, EU Right Plus. Thank you to the organizer and speakers, and also participants that participate in this seminar. I would like to declare closing speech. Thank you very much for His Excellency participating in this seminars. And also thank you to our participants, and also would like to say thank you to our speaker organizers. Thank you very much for the participants. As a moderator, I would like to ask for forgiveness if I make a mistake in my in my work. Thank you. I give this floor to Dong Lee. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lambach. On behalf of Array Plus IPR project management team, we would like to thank you, His Excellency, DG Sudvicha, our speakers, and our colleagues from the Department of Intellectual Property, Cambodia, for all of your presentations, for all the important messages and knowledge that you shared during the event with the private sector. We also would like to thank you very much for all the participants for your time and engagement in the event to date, as well as for your staying with us to the end of the event. We hope that you have got useful knowledge and important for information during the last 2-hour event. And we hope that we will visit the website of the Department of Intellectual Property to explore more on the tools and service that we introduced during the meeting to facilitate your IP registration and protection. We would like to kindly ask for a few minutes of your time to fill in the satisfaction survey, which you can find when you close in this session. Your feedback is very important for further improvement in our future events. We thank you once again, and we wish you all health and happiness and safety, and we hope to see you again in our future events. Thank you, goodbye, and stay safe.